everybody. I'm hoping that you are able to see me. It says live video is starting. So there we go. I'm live. Woohoo! So, hello everyone. I'm new to this group and I wanted to come out and show you how I created this pocket. When Robin asked me, I've never done a live before. I've done YouTube videos and shorts, but not a live. And so, yeah, I'm nervous. So bear with me. My name is Pam. I have Nana's Crafting Cottage on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. And I love to use junk mail envelopes. This is just from a bill or whatever. And when it comes in the mail and it's a big window, even my husband says, "Oh, you want this one? You want that one?" Yes, I do. I really do. So anyway, you can tell I'm nervous. So bear with me. This is made out of the same kind of envelope. And I decided to make a pocket out of it. I've done them where it folds but then opens up, but I didn't want to go that far with this one. And then I made this journal card and put it in there. There we go. So that's what I am doing today. And I will set this aside. First of all, if you don't have any junk mail envelopes, you can just get a piece of paper, cut a square out. If you have acetate or packaging or anything like that, you can put this in here if you want. It doesn't have to have a window, but I like them like this. So this one measures out, let me get my ruler here. It's the one thing I didn't get out. This is 6 by 9.5. It can be any size, any type. Does not matter. Just whatever you have on hand. Okay, so the first thing that I did is I like to figure out my top, where it is going to fold here. How far down between here and the window do I want to go? So I want to go right about here. Sorry for the arm. And I just burnish it real good. That's where I want to go. Okay? And then what I like to do is open this up so I can get the picture or whatever in here. So I like to take my blade, or you can take your scissors, whatever you have, and just stay low. Come on. It's going to be a stinker about it, only because I'm on with you guys. Okay. And you'll have to excuse me if I, pardon me, clear my throat. I've been sick for the last few weeks. Pardon me. And so I do have cough tablets here that I am using. So please forgive me. Okay, I have that. And I'm going to go down just a little bit further on this side because I am going to trim this piece. Actually, I'm going to fold it under. I'll trim it down just a little bit. This will be this part, the opening of the packet, of the pocket here. Okay. All right. And so I'm going to cut that pretty much in half. And I'm going to miter the edges here and here just a little bit so that I can fold it under and it won't be hanging up on either side here. So fold that down, tuck it in, and that strengthens that quite a bit. And I think I'm going to actually go just a little bit lower so that I'm not right next to the fold here. So I'm going to go down just a little bit further here. Like I said, I'm nervous, so hang in there with me. I don't know if anybody is seeing me right now or not. Holler if you are. Okay. So I have that. That is where I want to go. And I'll be putting a circle here and a circle here for the closure. I will also be covering all this. So what I will do to these ends right now is cut it in. And take the other side and cut it in. Okay. Get rid of the scraps here. All right. And then what I want to do is glue these little ends down while I'm here. Even though they'll be covered, at least you won't have anything loose there. Okay. So there is the basic shape. Now what I want to do is open this end up and that way I can get in here and do this piece, because the picture that I put here will be glued to this around the edges. First, I'll go ahead and glue this down, so we'll keep it out of the way. We also want to keep it so that there are no ends when you try and put a tag or goodies or whatever you like inside here. And I will be strengthening these edges here, here, all around with washi tape. That works best, I think. Okay, so we'll get rid of that piece. And this part, I'm going to get my trimmer out and just straighten that out just a little bit. So I'll get my trimmer and get it right about here. Okay, there we go. That's just enough. I can, when I'm done on the inside, I will be using, like I said, the washi tape, and that will kind of fix it up even more, but let me go ahead and do this too. Okay, there we go. So we've gotten that part done. Okay, and let me check and see if I'm just checking to see if I'm being seen or not. I don't know. Okay. Alrighty, so there's our basic piece. Now what I want to do is pick out a picture or something that will be going in here. Oh, my sister did say, "Hi, sis." Hi, sister. Yay, somebody sees me. Okay, good. All right. Now, to pick out, I have all my supplies here. Yeah, big stack here. And I have my brads for the closure. And I have some mushroom pictures here that I wanted to try and use. I also have this piece that is taken from what I cut out from frames. And I thought, well, once I get it collaged, I think I'll pop that on there, and it makes it look more grungy, I think. And I want to use these pieces for collaging. I just kind of grabbed anything and everything that I had on my desk. Yes, I have all this on my desk. Pardon me. It's cold. I tell you what. Threw me for a loop. And then my husband got it. Yeah. So it's just been crazy. Okay. I have this from a botanical ephemera book from Amazon. And I went ahead and took all the pages out, and I cut some of them up into pieces so I can use them. Others I did not. But I thought that maybe I could use it as a background and do this. And I love torn edges. I love grungy, vintage, all that. So, yeah. So what I was thinking of is doing this. And I think that would look kind of cool on the inside. And also on the inside, I was thinking of putting something like that. So I'm going to leave that piece in there, and I'm going to work on these right now. First, I'm going to ink. I love to ink things up. I'm using Scorched Timber because that is the darkest that I have. It's even darker than Ground Espresso and Walnut Stain. And I love it. I love how it makes things look super grungy. And yes, I'm folding this up, crinkling it up. And it's just old book page that I have from an old Reader's Digest. It's the right coloring, but I also like to make it look older. And this piece, I think I'll go ahead and tear it and get it to the spot I want it. And I think I'll just take a little sliver off of this side. I hope everybody's doing okay. I hope you've not been sick. I'll tell you, I haven't been that sick in I don't know how long. It was pretty bad stuff. Okay, that will fit great right there. Now to finish putting these guys together. These mushrooms, pardon me, are from Artful Era Gallery on Etsy. And I love them. I used them on another project I don't have in the room with me right now. I made it a, let's see, what did I call it? A grungy mushroom peekaboo tag flip. Yes, the big title, I know. But, oh, was that thing fun to do. I put a short on my YouTube channel, so you can go and look at it if you want. Nana's Crafting Cottage. Okay, so let's do that. Okay. And I'm hoping I don't keep you guys too long. I'm just going through the same process as I would if I was by myself. Of course, I have time, not really time limits, but I really don't want to make it, you know, super duper long today. Just want to get the point across. Okay, that. And I'm going to get my, let's see, do I have my silicone? I do. This I use, pardon me, for things like this, to get glued down. Instead of trying to glue all the little points, I just put some glue on here, tap it down, and put it on. So much faster than trying to glue each and every little point on there. So now let's put this fellow right there. Move my in here, and I'll put him here. And I can always trim it over here once I get it together, but I want to get it straight. Okay, so keep him right there. No, I don't want to do that. Let's put that here and get it kind of centered on here. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to put some glue like that, just to kind of tack it down. And here I'll just put it on a little bit right here, and then tack it the rest of the way down. Okay, here we go. And where he will go is right there. But I do want to ink it up a bit around to kind of blend in so it's not looking so new and pristine in the back. Okay. And it will go right like that. And there is that piece. Okay, so what I want to do is go around the edge. I don't want to get it too close to the edge of the acetate, because then it can spread out into it. And I'm purposely not getting that corner yet, because I don't want it to completely glue down on me in the back. I got glue all over me, didn't I? Okay. See, like I didn't want that to happen yet. Okay. And I can always put some book page right there. Well, there's a will, there's a way. Okay. Here we are. And let me glue the other side of that. And right here. Okay, you never know the diff. There we go. There's that. Okay. The next thing I want to do is put the washi tape up here and here. And I decided to get a pretty grungy looking one. I don't know how much I have left on here, but we're going to try it. So, yeah, I want to get it glued. I know that it's sticky, but not always is it going to stay down real well. And I will be covering over this. This is just mainly to close the paper up, or the pocket. It's just mainly to cover it up, or close it up, sorry. Okay, here we go. And let's get my small scissors here. All right, there we go. Now let's do the other side. And I will put the glue on the washi tape for this. I don't know if anybody out there has tried anything like this. I didn't see any pictures on the site or on the page where anybody has done a video on it, and Robin said that nobody had, so I thought, oh, okay, that would be a good one then to show what you can do with your junk mail envelopes. Okay, now I should have done that first. Well, that's okay. I can still do it this way. Okay, that on there. And I love using art glitter glue for paper. It just seems to hold the best, and it dries really quick. So if you're going to do a project that you don't want it to dry fast, then you might want to use something else. I do use Fabrifix. I used to use Fabri-Tac, but it got so gummy so fast that I didn't even get a chance to use it all up, and it was a mess. I couldn't hardly get it out of the bottle. So I use Fabrifix, and I don't have that issue at all. In fact, I have some Fabri-Tac that I would love to use up, but it does not want to cooperate with me. So there you go. Okay. This strengthens these seams here. Okay, now we can go ahead. I'm going to glue this little piece down here before I close it up. I don't want to have that flapping around. All right, there. Because I will be covering the back with some tea-dyed paper. It's called Oops paper. She does, you know, some of her papers come out darker or spotted or whatever, and she calls them Oops. And those are the ones I get because I love the grunginess of them. And it's through Huckleberry Sky on Etsy. So if you ever want any papers like that, she's very reasonable, and they're beautiful, and she ships really fast. Okay, I'm going to trim this edge just a little bit. And I think what I will do too is put some on this right here, just right here, because I don't want it hanging up when I am putting something in there. So there we go. And it was either this or Scotch tape, and I would just rather use this because I have it right here in front of me. And I know that being glued down, it'll stay. All right. Now it's nice and smooth in here when I go to put a journaling card or a tag or goodies or whatever. It won't hang up here. Okay, next thing to do, these two edges. So hopefully you guys will be able to try something like this. I tried one a long time ago and I got instantly hooked on them. I have a big stack of envelopes. Yes, I do. And still, my husband, bless his heart, he's still, do you want this one? Oh, I saved you this one. Yes, dear, I do. It's funny how your husbands kind of get in on the action when you're trying to create something with, you know, something different like that. It cracks me up. Okay. And like I said, this will be backed. It won't be, it's too big to go into a journal on a page. So that's why I did cover the other one too. And yeah, okay, that's looking good. Looking good. And down here now, and I'm going to be collaging around here. It's the easiest thing to do to get around the window. I do have a template that I made myself for going around that, but it's a smaller one, and so I just on the last one decided to just collage around, and it was much easier. Okay, Robin, if you're watching, hello. Thank you for this opportunity. I appreciate it. It's a lot of fun. I was nervous at first, but I think I'm relaxing now. I mean, I do YouTube videos, so why would this be much different? Which I haven't been able to do for the last few weeks because I could hardly talk. And the coughing is still there. It's just I do have my cough drops with me, so, and coffee, water, anything to keep it at bay while I'm with you guys. Okay, bring this up. Here we are. Okay, what I do want to do is I want to do it on this crease as well, and I don't think I did do it. I did it on the outside of this one, so that's what I'll do on this one as well, the outside. I thought it was the outside, but I couldn't remember. That's too long ago. Okay. And this will be covered as well. Let's see, I'll go ahead and do it on this side too, and I can always add to it if I need to. I need to keep myself in frame here. When I was getting ready for this, I was trying to figure out how to get my camera to put me right side up instead of upside down. So I finally found the answer that I needed. on YouTube, I think it was. No, it was just on Google, because I wasn't finding anything on YouTube, believe it or not. And so now I got it all figured out. Hooray. I was like, no, you can't see me upside down. Okay. I'm going to do this a little bit, and then this all will be covered as well. So I'm just going to flip that over. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. Just takes a little time to do all the work underneath. Okay. And it doesn't matter if this is crooked or not, it's going to be covered. So, and this will be covered and down in here a little bit as well. Now, what I do want to do is get this piece covered, and then I can do my little circles. I want to get this covered and this done. And as soon as I do, then I'm going to put my circles on before I do this part. I learned that the last time. I was in a big hurry and then I had to cover it somehow. So what I'm talking about is here, and I put it on and I thought, oh shoot, I had the right thing, you know, the perfect thing for underneath here, but I went ahead and covered it with a piece of digital, and it worked fine. And this I just covered, let's see, did I cover that? No, I don't think I even covered that, but you can put some tape underneath here, which I'll probably do later for this one. But first of all, I'm going to cover this piece. So what do I want to cover it with? Have a doily here somewhere in this menagerie of stuff. Let me move this. Here it is. Okay, and I want to do something like this, where it's just using this part, but I also want to put coffee dye paper over it like that. So I'm going to glue it down here and then trim around it. Like that. Okay. And get it up to there. I don't want to do it directly on the fold here because that will hinder movement. So I just want to do it here, and you can see part of the fold there. You want to be able to see that. Okay. And now let's trim. To me, this is the easiest way instead of marking and cutting, because I did it that way the last time and it was very difficult to get it just so. So I thought this time I'd try it this way, which is definitely a lot easier. Alright, put this aside. Okay, so we have that guy. I want to ink under him. And it's very inky because I re-inked my thing like 2 days ago, and it's still like, here I am. So I have to really be careful and light to the touch. But if it gets grungier looking, that's okay. That's okay too. Grungy is my style. Okay. Oops. There we go. And I am going to just put this like that. I think so. I'm going to hold this and cut it. And it'll be easier to figure out where I want to glue it. Okay. And I know I coffee dyed this, but I'm an inker. So there you go. Sometimes it's just not grungy enough for me. Okay, so he's going to go there, just as a decoration. Let me use my tweezers here. I love my tweezers. They are such a wonderful help. And I have bigger ones that I've gotten from Harbor Freight a long time ago, and I still use them. So, and I'd rather do it this way than the silicone pad for this. I mainly like to use the silicone pad to glue for the more fine detailed items, like the flowers and leaves and so forth. Okay, here we go. Let's put her down. Put her down. Okay. There we are. Okay, so we have that going on. Now I want to get the circles made, and I have these grungy pieces that they're cut out from other things that I've sprayed, and I thought, well, why not use these? This has washi tape on it, and so I thought, well, I'll do it like that. So then I have this. And it's just some paper that I sprayed and cut with die cuts. Let's see, I could probably use another one out of here. Yeah, I could. And then these are just the insides of those, and I just hang on to them for just such occasions. Okay, so I have my 2 circles here. I need to do holes, and I can do that with my pokey tool. I never used to have a pokey tool until I saw the benefits of having one, and then I got one that was just like gigantic. I still have it. I'll use it for something down the line. But I also have a self-healing mat here, so that helps. Okay, there's the center, and I just use the grid on my mat. Get it centered both ways, like that, and hit it in the center. And be careful not to poke yourself. I've done that many times. You think I'd learn? Okay. There's those. Now I want to mark where I want this guy to go. And I want him pretty close here in the center. And then I want this one just below it. So this one I'll do after I get covered. This one I'm going to do now. So I'm just going to eyeball it. And get it put on. And I have my tiny little brads here. Right there. Just a little guy. And I'm going to go ahead and put him on because I want to cover the back. That's what I messed up on last time, and it disappointed me because, well, like I said, I had the right paper covering the inside, and yeah, I was disappointed, but oh well, life goes on. Need that hole just a speck bigger. There. And then, okay, and this is always the fiddliest part. Alright, and get it put on there. Okay. And let's turn it so it's sideways. And it is on. Okay. Not exactly center, but I don't care. And then what I'll be using for the tie around is one of these embroidery threads. We'll see which color I want to use. I don't know yet. Don't know. So, got that part done. Okay, let me put this in my brad together there. Let's cover him up so I don't get jabbed. Okay, I need to take a sip of coffee. Sorry. Okay, now to start. Actually, let's cover this. And I thought maybe I would cover that with some of this, but I would need to straighten the edge out on this so I can do it properly. So, let me see if I can get it straightened out here. I don't need to cut a whole lot off, just need to straighten it. Okay. That. Yep. That will be good, but I want to put I thought I'd do some packaging under here. And so I think I will do it right about there. This is just Amazon packaging paper. I keep all that I get. Yes, I do have a lot. But it is just the best stuff for any kind of project that you have going on. I've been really using a lot of it, and I really like it. Okay. I only want enough to cover this part way and down in. So this will go in just like that. I'm going to trim it just a pinch here. Here we are, and it should slide in even better. Yep. And I wanted it to go in just so far so you're not seeing this black and white print from the envelope when you open the flap. So I'm going to do this with my nail. And I think I will use my Scotch Create glue stick. That's a really, really good glue. I've tried the Uhu. The Craft Bond is, nope, that didn't work. Let me get a paper over here so I can glue down instead of onto my, yeah, so I just use this, and I've used it for collaging, for napkins, all kinds of stuff, and it really does a good job. Okay, let's put this in here like that. Come on, don't be fussing with me now. I just fuss right back. How's that? Oops. This is always the hardest part, is to do something like this with glue stick. Okay, but I'll be patient with it. I'll get it. We'll get it. We'll get her done. Okay, it's not on the line. I don't care. It is going to get taken care of anyway. So there's that. I just wanted to cover a little bit there. Does not matter how much. So I'm just going to glue stick this down the rest of the way and then trim the edges here. And it's going to be covered up mostly anyway, so really not too worried about it. Come on. Do I need my smaller scissors? I guess I do. Okay. All right, now to get the rest of this flap taken care of. Now I have tea bags here, I have book page, I have this isn't big enough, that isn't big enough. Thought it would be, but it's not. And that's not big enough. But I think what I can do is book page. I think I'll just do book page there. Why not? Let me get my ruler out. Tear these edges off. I'm getting a big fat mess here, aren't I? Ha! That's nothing new. Nothing new. I usually end up with my desk covered by the time I'm done with a simple project even. And this book page is, like I said, it's pretty old. It's all darkened on its own and very tender to tear. So, yeah. All right. And I have a whole, you want to see, here it is, a whole box of ends. I use that for stamping. So I'm going to let myself throw that little bit away. Yep, I am. Give myself permission for that. Okay, now we can go forward. See, it just covers it all up. So, yay. I am going to ink this right here, because it will be seen there. Darken it up. And glue this down. I'm going to put this away for now. Use my art glitter glue for this. And this way you're covering up the prongs to your closure. Okay, and this is just the right size, so I'll do that. And I'm going to pick it up and do this because of this. It'll keep it from flattening down around it. So I have to do it this way. And now let's trim. I know there's a lot of little steps for a project like this, but if you just take your time, think it out, figure out what you may want for covering and such, and it'll work out. It'll work out. Okay, burnish that real good. Okay, and now I want to ink these edges. Here and along here. Okay, let's get these out of the way. Get the scraps taken care of. All right, so now we have this. We're almost there. So I thought what I'd do is just start collaging. Let me put this glue away because I think I'll use my glue stick, I think. I'm not positive yet, but I think. Okay, so let me get my ruler back out and let's just start using some of these scraps. Like I said, these papers and the mushroom papers are from Artful Era Gallery, and I'm an affiliate of hers, and so I have a link that can be used for 40% off on her Etsy account. But I do that on YouTube. I give it out then. I don't just, I don't want to say, oh yeah, you should go here. So I'm not gonna go any further. Okay. Family record. And it's okay if you go over the window a speck. It's all right. It's actually probably better because then you're not trying to get it all matched up and everything, which is what I used to do, and I don't anymore. I just make it easy on myself. So I'm going to ink this. I was trying to keep this to about an hour, but it'll probably go a little bit over. Sorry, sister. You got to keep watching me. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go right there with it. I don't think I'll use my glue stick. I'm chickening out. I'm going to use my art glitter. This is what I always use. So, yeah, if it was some smaller pieces, yeah. But I'm not too comfortable with the bigger pieces. A lot of people use, that's all they use is glue stick, and I just can't do it. I just can't. Okay. There we are. And I'm just going to use this book page. Why not? Any kind of scraps that you have does not matter. I just make sure it's in the same color scheme. And yeah, let's see, I'm gonna, no, I don't want to tear like that. I want to, and I like to hand tear things, and to keep the white part down, if you are using this piece and you have something here, you tear this up. If you go the other way, it'll show white along this edge. Just a little tip there. I think I'm going to put him right there. So let's get him up first. Yeah, I inked my pad, like I said, like a couple days ago, and just let it soak in. And it's still doing it. So I'm having to really touch lightly on it. Okay. I'm going to get my tweezers out here. I do have some things to decorate with for the cover here. Okay. Yeah, see how nice that lays down? I trust it a lot more. Okay, let's see. What else have I also wanted to see about using this dude. So I'm going to go ahead and collage here and bring him down here and bring him to the edge here. I think that'd look kind of cool. Well, I think so. And here's some more of our dictionary page that I have. And I'm just going to use the whole thing. I am. And let's see where I want to fold this at. Let's see, I'll just tear it. Get it even. Okay. And I can always cover this part up also with something else. Let me ink this real good. I can put some tea bag over it. And the tea bags, I just took some old tea that I have old decaffeinated tea that I really don't want to try and steep. And just took them apart. I kept the tea in a bag on projects, and just took the tea bags and sprayed them with some oxide sprays, and that's how they come out. Really neat. So I think I'm going to use this dude here. Okay. Well, the sun's really coming out. It didn't show that it was supposed to be, about 70 today, but it just feels kind of sticky or something. And we're in Northwest Oregon, so it's not like we get a lot of humidity. Sometimes we do, but it sure feels weird out. Let's put it that way. See now, tea bag. I don't think so. I don't think so. And I kept a couple of these. These are centers from cutting out frames out of here. This is a piece that's, it was taken out of here. So this is my last big piece. I've been using them in projects. I think they look really cool. I just cut them out, craft cardstock, and spray them. Yeah. And I like how they came out. Trying to figure out how I want to do this. Okay. See the white part there? If you don't want that on your piece that you're going to use, pull this up. If you go this way, you'll show the white. I don't want the white, not any more than I can help it. And I think I'll just use this scrap for down below there, so it's not such a big space of dictionary. Yeah. I hope you guys will enjoy this and give it a try. It's a lot of fun. Sky's the limit. Yep. Right there. Right there. That's the sweet spot. Okay. Yep. Got it. Got it. Okay. And let's put him back over here so I can judge again. Yep, right there. Okay. And I do want this on here. I do. So I'm doing it. So let's just get it going on. Okay. And here. Now I plan on starting up my YouTube videos again. I don't know if it'll be later this week or early next week, but I will be back at it. So if you guys want to come over and visit me, you can. Okay. Nice and grungy. Okay. And this dude can go right there. So let's ink him up. And I love these mushrooms that Ozga has on Artful Air Gallery. She has all different kinds of stuff, but I'm really enjoying these mushrooms big time. Okay, and I'm going to put that right about there. Okay. Get my tweezers, get it to the right spot. Right there. Nope. 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 Okay. I think I'll nip that off. Get my silicone. Get this out. Get it glued. Get my tweezers. There we go. and I do have some other other parts of that kit here. This is what I used on the other project. The problem I have is knowing when to stop decorating. That's my problem. I never know when to stop. I never do. Let's see. Sometimes it hits me, and other times it's like, meh, nope, I'm not going to do it. Let's get that off of there. Don't need that little point. And I just want to break this up a bit. Oh, it's getting warm in here now. It must be warming up outside. I have my fan on, my ceiling fan, so yeah, all these are her papers. I need another drink of coffee here. Okay. Now, what else do I want to do? No, it looks kind of cool. I think that is the very last piece of what I had cut out and used. And I just used one 8.5 by 11 piece of craft cardstock for. It's a kit that I just got, or a set of dies that I just got, and I'm so in love with them. So in love. Okay, here we go. Yep. Okay, yep, that. I think we're good there. Okay, now to put our other closure on, and then we'll be done. For now. I will be covering this off camera though. I'm not going to put you guys through that. Okay, so where is my little, there we go. Okay, I already got the whole in there. Where did I put my, here we go. Looking right at me. And I didn't ink these because they're pretty well inked, I think. Okay, and I'm going to put him right about there. Even if he's over the frame, it does not matter. Not to me. Okay, put the bread in there. And then to get the legs splayed, that's the hardest part, especially when you can't see much. And it's hard to get this, there we go, to get this put in when it's opened up. It's hard to do it that way because you haven't covered anything yet with the papers that you want. So regardless, okay, I'm going to take a piece of this and cover that so that it doesn't catch on anything. Okay, there's that, and then get my tweezers, get this opened, and put it down. There we go. Covered. Covered. All right. Now, which color do I want? Do I want that? Or do I want that? I think I want this. Okay. We'll get this put on and then I'll let you guys go. It's been a little over an hour. Yike. Let's see. And I just wrap it around here. And I do a little tie. I can get my little fat fingers to cooperate with me. Okay, and it goes up underneath, under, there. And I just leave this end. It does not matter. I just bring it around and put it here and around and around. And I didn't need that much, did I? And there it is. There it is. So just a little over an hour. That's not too awfully bad. I'm sorry it went that long, but hopefully you guys can do something like this. There we go. So hopefully you can try something like this and go ahead and post it on Robin's page here, and I will see you guys another time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Talk to you later. Bye.